there's a level of confidence. Most people will never understand. Not loud, not arrogant, not desperate for attention, but quiet, controlled, and almost unsettling. It's the kind of presence where you don't feel the need to react, not to insults, not to opinions, not even to disrespect. And that's what makes it dangerous, because the truth is, the easiest person to control is the one who reacts to everything. Say something, and they respond. Trigger them, and they lose control. Ignore them, and they chase. But when you reach a certain level of inner discipline, you break that pattern. You stop giving people access to your emotions. You stop explaining yourself. You stop proving your worth. And suddenly, you become unpredictable, untouchable, because now your silence speaks louder than your reaction ever could. Hello everyone, welcome to the Mind Awakening channel. In this video, you're about to discover 8 Stoic rules that will build a kind of confidence so deep, you no longer feel the need to respond to anything at all. Now, let's get started. Rules number 1, control your reactions or be controlled by others. Every time you react emotionally, you hand over power. Someone says something, you get triggered. Someone disrespects you, you feel the need to respond. Someone ignores you, you start overthinking. And without realizing it, they are controlling your internal state. That's the trap. Most people think reacting is strength, but in reality, it's exposure. It shows exactly where you're weak, what affects you, what can be used against you. A Stoic mind sees this clearly. It understands that not every action deserves a reaction. So instead of reacting instantly, you pause, you observe, you decide. Because when you control your reactions, no one can control you. And that's where real confidence begins. Quiet, stable, untouchable. Rules number 2. Say less, observe more. People reveal themselves when you stop talking. Most individuals talk too much, trying to explain, impress, prove, and in doing so, they expose their thoughts, their insecurities, their weaknesses. But when you speak less, you gain something far more powerful. Clarity. You start noticing patterns, tone of voice, hidden intentions, inconsistencies. You see what others miss. And at the same time, you reveal nothing unnecessary about yourself. This creates a shift. You become harder to read, harder to predict, harder to manipulate, because silence is not emptiness, it's control. A Stoic doesn't rush to fill space with words. They choose them carefully, or not at all. And in a world where everyone is trying to be heard, the one who observes becomes the one who understands. And the one who understands holds the real power. Rules number 3. Detach from the need to be understood. One of the deepest traps in life is the need to be understood. You explain yourself, you justify your actions, you try to make others get you, but here's the truth. Not everyone is meant to understand you. And the more you try to force it, the more you drain yourself. A Stoic mind lets go of this need. It acts based on its own principles, not on how others will perceive it. Because seeking understanding often leads to compromise. You soften your truth, you adjust your behavior, you lose clarity just to be accepted. But when you detach from that need, something powerful happens. You become grounded in your own identity. You stop explaining. You stop defending. You simply act. And that kind of self-assured silence is what makes you truly dangerous. Before we go any further, let me ask you something. Do you react immediately when something triggers you, or have you started learning to stay silent and in control? Be honest with yourself and share your answer in the comments below. Your experience might help someone else realize they're not alone in this. And if this video is already shifting the way you see control and confidence, consider subscribing to the channel to support us, so we can keep creating content that helps you stay calm, think clearly, and become mentally stronger every single day. Now, let's continue. Rules number 4. Don't take anything personally. Most people suffer, not because of what happens, but because of how they interpret it. A comment becomes an insult. A silence becomes rejection. A situation becomes an attack. And suddenly, everything feels personal. But here's the truth. Not everything is about you. People act based on their own emotions, their own insecurities, their own limited perspectives. A Stoic understands this deeply. So instead of reacting emotionally, you detach. You stop internalizing everything. You stop making assumptions. You stop turning small things into heavy burdens, because the moment you stop taking things personally, you become lighter, calmer, clearer, and more importantly, untouchable, because now no one can control your emotions just by saying something. Rules number 5. Master the art of walking away. Not every situation deserves your presence. Not every argument deserves your voice. Not every person deserves your energy. But most people stay. They argue. They prove. They try to win. And in doing so, they lose something far more valuable, their peace. A Stoic mind knows when to disengage. It understands that walking away is not weakness. It's awareness. You recognize when something is not worth your time. You recognize when a conversation has no value. You recognize when staying will only drain you. And you leave silently, without drama, without explanation. Because real power is not in controlling others, it's in controlling where you choose to stand. And sometimes, the strongest move is simply to walk away. Rules number 6. Stay calm, especially when others. Can't anyone can stay calm when things are easy. But chaos, that's the real test. When someone raises their voice, when tension builds, when emotions run high, most people lose control. They react, they escalate. They mirror the energy around them. But a disciplined mind does the opposite. It slows down, it breathes, it stays grounded, because it understands something critical. Whoever controls their emotions controls the situation. Calmness is not passive, it's strategic. It allows you to think clearly while others are blinded by emotion. It gives you an advantage without saying a word. And over time, people begin to feel it. Your presence becomes steady, unshaken, difficult to disrupt, and that kind of calm is what makes you truly dangerous. Rules number 7. Let your actions speak, not your words. Most people talk too much, especially when they want to be seen as strong. They explain their plans, they announce their intentions, they try to prove their worth through words. But words are easy. Anyone can say anything. Promise anything? Pretend to be anything. A Stoic mind does the opposite. It stays quiet and lets actions do the talking. Because real confidence doesn't need to be announced. It shows up in consistency, in discipline, in results. You don't need to tell people who you are. They will see it. And when you stop explaining yourself, you remove the need for validation. You simply act. And over time, your silence, backed by action, becomes more powerful than any words you could say. That's when people stop questioning you and start observing you. Rules number 8. Be indifferent to praise and criticism. Praise feels good. Criticism feels uncomfortable. And most people are controlled by both. They chase approval, they avoid judgment, they adjust themselves just to be liked, but this creates instability. Because now, your identity depends on other people's opinions. A Stoic mind rejects this. It understands that praise can inflate you, and criticism can break you, if you let them. So instead, you stay centered. You don't get carried away by compliments. You don't collapse under negativity. You listen, but you don't attach, because your value is not defined by applause, and it's not destroyed by criticism. And when you reach that level, you become free. Free from approval, free from judgment, free from emotional swings. And a person who is unaffected by both praise and criticism is a person no one can control. Conclusion. In the end, real confidence is not loud. It's controlled. It doesn't seek attention. It doesn't chase validation. And most importantly, it doesn't react to everything. Because the moment you feel the need to respond to every opinion, every insult, every situation, you give away your power. But when you learn to stay silent, to observe, to choose your reactions carefully, you take that power back. And that's what Stoicism teaches at its core, not to control the world, but to control yourself. Here's the lesson you need to remember. Confidence is not about proving anything to others. It's about no longer needing to. So start applying this today. Pause before you react. Walk away from what drains you. Speak less. Observe more. If this video helped you see confidence differently, subscribe to the channel to support the journey so we can keep creating content that helps you build a stronger, clearer, and more disciplined mind every single day. Now, stay calm, stay silent, and stay in control. Thank you for taking the time to watch until the end of the video. See you in the next videos.